What is a VPN? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. A VPN is what establishes a secured and reliable network connections over an unsecured network such as Internet. It protects your Internet activities and discusses your identity as you surf the Internet. So, for example, when you order Internet service from your ISP or Internet service provider, they will set up your Internet connection. And when your setup is complete, your internet activity is routed through your ISP servers, which means that your ISP can see and log all of your internet activities, so they can see every website that you visit. Now, typically this wouldn't be a problem if they kept your internet activity private. However, there is a possibility that your ISP could share your information with other third parties such as advertisers or maybe even the government. And if this were to happen, your internet activity is no longer private. But by using a VPN, your online activities will bypass your ISP servers and will be redirected to other server, which is VPN server. Which means that the internet provider or any other party can no longer see what websites you are visiting. The VPN server is now your source where all of your internet activities goes through, and this has several benefits. And the first benefit is that a VPN will discuss your identity by hiding your IP address. Whenever you order internet service from a provider, they will assign you an IP address. That unique IP address is attached to your home or business. So whenever you visit a website, the website can see your IP address. But when you use a VPN, website can no longer see your IP address. They now only see the IP address of the VPN server, which effectively hides your identity so you can surf the internet anonymously. Another benefit in this VPN will encrypt and protect your internet data. Whenever you go on the internet, the data that you send and receive is broken down into a bunch of smaller data packets. These data packets travels across the public internet and ultimately find their way to their destination. But as they are traveling across the internet, your data can be viewed by the ISPs, governments, and it's also be intercepted by hackers, especially if you use public Wi-Fi network. But a VPN will prevent this. A VPN will encapsulate each data packet by adding an extra layer or protection to each one, which is known as tunneling. This extra layer adds a layer of protections to ensure your data is secured and kept private as it travels across the internet in the virtual tunnel. So any activities that you do on the internet, such as visiting web pages or transferring files, the data is encrypted and kept private when using a VPN. The third, you will be able to access internet content that would normally be restricted in certain geographical locations. So for example, some internet connections content such as videos from YouTube and Netflix may only be accessible in certain countries and restricted in others. And these websites can tell which countries you are in by your IP address. So if you are in a restricted countries, you will not be able to access certain contents. But by using a VPN, you can pick from different VPN servers that are available in different countries, which changes your IP addresses, which effectively changes your locations, which will give you access to restricted internet content. So if you are in South America and you wanted to access certain content that only available in US, you can use a VPN and choose a VPN server that's located in US. So you can access that content. And the fourth benefit of a VPN is that provides a secured connection for remote workers. So as an example, some businesses may have employees that work remotely from their computers at home, and they need those employees to have the ability to access files at the main office. Now this could be done by using a lease line. A lease line provides a dedicated channel that can connect two sites together through a reserved private circuit. These lines are rented for monthly fee and they can be expensive, especially if the distance between the two sites are far from each other. But instead of using a lease line, business can use a VPN. A VPN uses the existing public network such as the internet to establish a remote connection, and when a VPN is connected, it acts like a secured private network. It provides a dedicated link between 2 points over the internet. So even though this office and the home are in two separate locations, it doesn't matter. A VPN makes them one private network virtually. So who would need a VPN? Well, a VPN is for anyone who wants to be extra safe on the internet. It reassures that you are surfing the internet safely, securely and anonymously. And if you are the type of person that, well, in that case, it should mandatory that you use a VPN, because a lot of cyber criminals will create a free Wi-Fi network in a public place and they will make it look legit. And when people connect to it thinking that it is belong to that place that they are in, they are really connected to the cyber criminals network where the criminals can steal their data. VPN can be used on all of your devices such as desktops, laptops, tablets and smartphones. Now, some VPN providers are free and some you have to pay for. The major difference is how they treat your internet activities. Free VPN will collect information about you. They will log your internet activities and could sell it to your advertisers. But paid VPNs are more secure. These generally will not log your internet activities and they will keep it private. So, if you are interested in getting a VPN,